So these are some tips on replacing your stealth wheel track. So after you've taken your stealth wheel off the stand, you pull off the front, pull off the back, pull very firmly because it's very tight. There we go. Okay, so you'll see there's the rubber gasket left behind. The first trick that I have is to always dry measure it. So fit it into the track to start with and see if it's going to be too long. That is the old track. Here's the new track. Maybe 3 squares I'll need to cut off to make it meet. Don't worry if the end is jagged, because that will be under the connector. You'd think these two grooves would be exactly identical, but I have found they are not always. So, most important thing is to dry fit it first. So, I'm going to put it in the connector. Yep, that fits, but make sure you dry fit it against both sides. Make sure it fits in. Yep, perfect. Fits in both. Sometimes even though it fits in one doesn't mean it's going to fit in the other, so make sure you check them both. Yep, that fits fine. Now, you want to put it in the ring part first, because if you put it in the other side first, you're not going to be able to see this. Now, here is a most important trick I've learned from doing this a lot. I do not put the entire gasket in. I think it's kind of overkill, because it takes a lot of force to take this out. So, I like to take the gasket and I like to cut it up. I cut it into pieces about an inch. And 6 to 8 pieces is really all you need. So, let's see. That. So, you make sure your connector is even. It's on and it's in there and it's even. Put it in the ring part of the wheel first. Then, take about 6 or 8 of these pieces and you're going to jam them on the inside of the wheel between the track and the lip of the wheel. There's a little groove here the track's sitting in, so you're going to put it there. You're going to jam it in there, and you're jamming it as far down as you can so you can't really see it anymore. So I like to put one near the connector, so I'm going to put one right around here, and then one right around here, and then I'm going to space the others equally around the wheels. So the first one I'm going to do is on the other side of the connector, like right here. You just stick it there. You take your tool and you're just going to jam it in there. Put it in there first with your finger as deep as it can, then take your little tool, screwdriver, whatever, and jam. Jam it in there as far down as it'll go so that you can't see it anymore. Make sure this stays all the way down to the track as you're doing it. See, even that's not deep enough. Keep going until it disappears from sight. So I've done this first part. You can see that they're jammed in there pretty well. Then you take the other thing and you put it on the back. And do the same thing. Just take your little pieces. It's a little bit harder because you're reaching inside the wheel, and just jam them in there. I went back to using a screwdriver, but you just jam it in there. Out. Jam it all the way around. Make sure it sits in there tightly. You put it back on your stand. There you go. You're all set. Nice new track.